So the biggest challenge for IT modernization, I really look at it, and you can break it down into 3 buckets. And those 3 buckets are people, process, and technology. Pretty simple. And those challenges around people have to do with, resource prioritization. How do you get big agencies to shift their resources in conjunction with the rest of those agencies around, hey, we want to consolidate these workloads together. So it's the people, the resource prioritization, and as part of that people, it's also a lot about engaging your teams. And you've heard about, every agency that is out there is talking about workforce development. How do we retain our talent? How do we build our talent? We're at a period in history now where there are more people that are going to retire in the next 5 to 10 years than are entering the workforce. And that's applicable to the federal government as well. So people is a really big challenge of how do we get new blood into these agencies and take a lot of the history that some of the mature workforce has and apply it to the newer workforce. How do we prioritize our resources across all of those different agencies to make sure that we're all working on the same thing? So that's the people challenge. The process challenge is around which processes do we move to a hybrid cloud infrastructure first. And as you're moving those workloads and as you're optimizing those workloads and you're thinking about all the different security requirements, right? How do we secure data at rest? How do we secure data in transit? What are the process or the business process challenges that have to change as a result of technology? And I purposely put people and process before the technology piece because it's people and process that are always the larger hill to climb than the technology, right? When you think about technology in the IT Modernization Act around, network optimization, shared services, all of the areas that we want to help from an intel perspective the federal government achieve, the technology is always the easier part once you figure out the people in the process. Now from a technology perspective, right, you've got to make sure you prioritize those workloads and you know exactly what's going to happen when you start to move those workloads to a variety of clouds. Frankly, that's why a hybrid cloud model is much better suited for many, many workloads than a public cloud because you can sit down and immediately calculate what your ROI is. And as part of that IT Modernization Act, there's a whole section in there where you have to provide the business case back up to the government and to those policy boards so they can see, hey, here's how we're moving those and here's going to be what the business case is and here's the return on investment. So it's people, process, technology underpinned by what's the ROI of moving to the cloud.